It's so incredibly important to make sure that the hostages are not forgotten and that their stories continue to be told until they are safely returned home. That's why I stand here today to demand that Hamas release Alex immediately, along with all the remaining hostages. Let's be clear. Kidnapping innocent civilians like Alex is not a form of resistance. It's a cowardly, shameful act of terrorism. Likewise, October 7th was not an act of resistance, but a brutal, barbaric, and calculated attack against the Jewish people and the state of Israel. Hamas is not a resistance movement. It's a terrorist group whose mission is the destruction of Israel and the death of every single Jewish person. If Hamas and its leaders truly cared about its people as they claim, they wouldn't continuously disregard humanitarian law and the rules of war, including intentionally targeting civilians, taking hostages, using human shields, and embedding their fighters in civilian communities with utter disregard for their safety and welfare. The United States of America remains resolute in its position. Terrorism can never be justified. Violence against civilians, particularly children and the elderly, is never acceptable. We must dismantle Hamas and free the Israeli citizens wrongfully held hostage. Israel has proven its willingness to pause the fighting for hostages to be returned to their loved ones. Listen, Hamas broke the first hostage deal, just as it broke the ceasefire that was in place before October 7th. Unfortunately, a ceasefire today would leave Hamas with control of the Gaza Strip and allow the terrorist organization to rearm and continue its attack against innocent civilians, including innocent children and the elderly. I call on Qatar and other nations with ties to Hamas to increase the pressure on the terrorist group to free all Israeli hostages immediately. And I stand with Alex and his family, friends and loved ones, and I pray for his safe return. It's time to bring Alex home. It's time to bring all of the hostages home.